pausing for thought, I mean you pausing for other people's thoughts. Now, we were looking at uptime in the last video, and other people will go inside their mind to verify things that you've said to them. So you might talk about an idea or a concept, and they're going to go inside their own mind and check with their personal history and check with their beliefs, and they're going to go inside their mind and they're going to think about what you've just told them and see whether they think it's true or a good idea or maybe it's wrong or whatever it is. They're going to go inside their mind and verify internally what you've been telling them. Now when you see this happen, when you see people breaking away from the conversation and staring off into space, no longer being fully in uptime, it's no good just talking louder or trying to get their attention with physical touches and volume, because this is just going to irritate people. Acknowledge the fact that they go into this trance. Allow them to go into that little space where they picture what it is that you've been talking about, or whether they check their feelings to think, yeah, this feels like a good idea, or whether they chat to themselves about what you've just said and comment on it. Now, like I said, the tendency is to think when people look away to think that they're not paying attention. This isn't true. They are paying attention, but to something different. They're paying attention to something that's going on inside their mind. And that's probably in response to what you've just said to them. So, we know that if people look upwards, either to the left or the right, that they are making imaginary images in their mind. Now, they will either be remembered images of things they've seen before, or they will be constructing things that they've never seen before. If their eyes go to the sides, they are listening to sounds, either remembered sounds or constructing sounds. So maybe they're remembering something that somebody else said. So they're trying to remember, what was that somebody said? And their eyes will generally go to the sides. Now this comes from the NLP eye accessing cues model. If you see somebody, as you're looking at them, look down and to the right, as you're looking at them, they look down and to the right, they are checking their internal dialogue. They're talking to themselves. If, as you're looking at them, they're looking down and to the left, they're paying attention to their feelings. So, you've spent a few minutes and you've discussed something, you've talked about an idea or a concept, and the person you're talking with breaks off and goes inside their mind to check the information. Maybe they go off in their mind and they check the information and they come back, or maybe they check, or maybe they go off and then they come back. Now if they go off and look up and then they come back to you, you know that they have just accessed visual information. If they look down, or they look... If the person looks down and to the right as you're looking at them, and then they come back and look at you, and the first thing you say to them, how does that sound to you? Well, they've just been talking to themselves, and you use an audio predicate. How does that sound to you? If as you're looking at them, they look down and to the left, and then they look back up, how does that feel? How does that sit with you? You use kinesthetic predicates, and you're matching the rep system that they've just used. You're matching the way that they were just thinking. If they look upwards, how does that look to you? How do you see this working out? You are then matching, you are acknowledging the representational system that they were just using to think in. So, when people that you're talking with appear to not be paying attention because they look away, pause. Because they're busy, they're thinking about what you just said in their mind. Pause for their thought. Don't irritate them by shouting louder, do pause. and give them the space to just think about it a little bit. And then when they come back, acknowledge the fact that they were thinking about it and use predicates for whichever representational system they were using, i.e. the visual system, the kinesthetic, or were they talking to themselves, the auditory. So pause for other people's thoughts and then acknowledge their thoughts using the predicates that match the way they were thinking. Have fun with this.